everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome in general. A little while ago I posted cheap art supplies haul video of all the art supplies I'll be using for a series of drawings. Now if you want to see that video, there'll be a link in the description and a link at the end of the video. So, this will be the first of 25 drawings I've decided, which I will be combining my love for dragons, the alphabet, and cheaper art supplies. For all you guys who can't afford all the fancy schmancy art supplies, these ones work just as well. Anyways, all the drawings will also be turned into colouring in pages, all prettied up and nice and clean, for you guys to access on my Patreon, and might also turn into a colouring book in the end. There will be a link to all of that in the description, and without any further ado, let's get drawing! So at first I was like, this is going to be so easy, piece of cake. But as I was doing this sketch, I realised, what am I going to use to colour this thing? I can't paint because the lines are too close together, the crayons would get too messy and whatnot. So I was like, And then I kept going, I realised I could use these permanent markers and the metallic markers I had, and it would really suit the theme I was going for, which was like an Aztec feeling thing, because A goes with Aztec, and then the dragon was a Quetzalcoatl because they're the Aztec dragons with feathers and all those sorts of things. And so I kept going. I realised that this paper in the sketchbook was really thin, so I tore the page out that got all the bleeding from the markers when I was testing the markers and used it as a backing page for the inking and for the actual colouring of the dragon. And then I jumped straight in with the metallics for the letter. That went well at first, but then I realised there was no other colour that really matched the gold, so being stuck, I moved to the actual dragon whilst I figured out what I was going to do. I used yellow for the edges of the feathers and the underbelly of the scales because it's the lightest colour, and in the end it gave a really nice lit up feeling to the actual dragon. Then I added silver to the A, thinking it would help the gold pattern stand out, but it really didn't. It looked really plain and flat and boring. So I moved back to the dragon whilst trying to think of a way to get the A to work and stand out. Then I picked the yellow, orange, red and pink for the majority of the feathers on the overall dragon. At first I did just one colour, then I accidentally did the wrong colour when I started with orange instead of yellow, but then it turned into a little bit of a gradient and it looked really nice, so it was a happy accident. Yay! Then I did green for the body of the dragon, as most of the time you see a Quetzalcoatl is mostly green and reds and that sort of thing. Then I grabbed the gold again and added a bit of shadowing to the yellow, which made the rest of the yellow glow a little bit, like it made it brighter, as shadows do. And because I didn't have many colours, I wasn't too sure what to put on the wings, so I started with green, like the same colour as the body, and kind of worked down the feathers, which went down to red. So I felt like a nice even amount of colour there. And then I went back to the A with a blue metallic color to try and add more of a pop, like adding shading to that silver, just so the gold would come out. But it didn't really work. Again, the A was really a problem. Or it could have been the metallic markers mixed with the normal markers, but either way, you know, it worked in the end. And so I went back to the wings and the tail and continued to work on them. And I found these markers are able to blend pretty well, but it's more of a cell shaded look, but with like soft edges. And that was pretty cool. Then I made the hugest mistake ever. I tried to color the inside of the A and the metallic green, but it looked so bad it just wasn't funny. So I kind of just went straight over the whole thing with blue instead, like over the whole thing instead of just the shading. The whole inside was blue instead of silver. But no, one thing to note with the markers, the greatest thing about them, especially the metallic ones, is they go straight over anything else. So like you could put red or green or whatever, and if you want to put gold, it'll just go over straight over the top. It won't blend in, the marker won't absorb it or any of that sort of stuff. So it was good. And then I settled to do, once I did the A, I did the underbelly of the dragon. Instead of doing shading or anything fancy like that, I just left it the plain yellow so it would stand out compared to the other yellows that I'd already done. Once I did that, it wasn't quite there. So I went through the whole thing again with my pen, like my line art pen, and made the lines all thicker on top of the pen and the metallic and the markers and all that. And then it looked really good. Now the one thing I do wish I could have used was my white gel pen, because I could have made it look so much nicer, but that would be cheating because it is a cheap challenge and white gel pen markers are not cheap. But you'll be able to see me use the white gel pen in other videos that aren't the cheap challenge videos later. I was quite impressed really, because I thought I'd ruined it. I really thought I did with that A and the metallics. It took ages to figure out how to fix it. But in the end, I really quite like it, and I hope you guys do as well. It'll be available on my Patreon as soon as this video is released, the coloring page, and the links will be below. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first video in a series of 25 videos with this specific cheap brand of art supplies. If you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video. Also, Inktober starts tomorrow, so these videos will be postponed as I'll be doing Inktober. But don't worry, there'll be videos of those drawings too. Below will also be links to all my social media websites where I post other drawings and work in progresses, so don't forget to check them out. So bye for now, see you next time.